So hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Erinn Gankosky. I am an independent consultant and area manager with Arbonne, here with Charissa Cole, also independent consultant district manager with Arbonne. We are so excited to share a little bit about Arbonne with you, just about what this beautiful opportunity has done for the both of us. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you a little bit about my story and how I got involved with Arbonne, and then we're going to give you the nuts and bolts of how this can work for you. So when I was first introduced to Arbonne, I didn't really want anything to do with it. In fact, I had a friend of mine introduced me right after college. She says, oh my gosh, my friend is doing this business. You have to do it. It was wonderful skincare and I loved it. And I jumped in and I didn't know what I was doing and didn't do anything. So fast forward 12 years and my husband and I are trying to have a family. And I am not getting pregnant, and I'm struggling with that. I didn't tell anybody. I put a hypothetical situation to a friend, and she was like, oh, go to a chiropractor. They'll open up your hips. And I thought that was kind of funny. And I didn't care because I went. I literally drove down the street and went, I'll go there. And in hindsight, maybe not the best idea, but I did that, and it all worked out. So she agreed with me. Yeah, I definitely think you're too young, but I'm doing this seminar on hormones tonight. You should come. So I thought, okay, cool. Learn a little something. And I walk in the room and it's me and like 60-year-old women. So we're clearly there for like opposite ends of the hormone spectrum. So I'm sitting there waiting to get started, and this woman comes walking in with an Arbonne bag. And my first reaction was I was so mad. I thought I had been suckered into somebody's party, and I was so upset. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be respectful, though. I'm kind of mad, but whatever. She starts pulling out all of this nutrition stuff, and then I'm really confused because, again, when I had heard of Arbonne 10 years ago, I thought it was just skincare. So in that 12 years or so that I hadn't, done anything or heard anything about Arbonne had launched this incredible nutrition program called 30 Days to Healthy Living and Beyond. And she goes on to explain, all of these different things, how the food we eat is so important and what we put in and on our bodies really affects us. And I'm so intrigued. I've learned so much. So I thought, you know what? I'll never see this woman again in her entire life. I am going to tell her my story and see what she says. So I tell her, and she says, honey, I want you to give me 3 months, and I don't want you to worry about getting pregnant. And then I wanted to punch her in the face again. I was like, I've been, working on this for over a year. I don't want to wait 3 more months. And so I, kind of was like, oh, all right, take the information. And then she said, and by the way, have you ever thought about a business like this? And without skipping a beat, I was, no, absolutely not. I have a good job. I'll be honest with you guys. I always thought this sort of thing was for women who were bored, who didn't have any time. My mom had an Avon lady that lived down the street, and she used to bring us those little lipstick samples, and I was like, sweet. But, I didn't know anybody who had ever had success in anything like this. And I just thought, no, absolutely not. So I bring it home to my husband, and he's like, you know what? You're constantly complaining that you want to lose weight. Why don't you just do the program? And so I called the lady up and said, I want to do this program, do not want to do the business, I just want the discount. And I did the healthy living program. It was wonderful. I had lost weight. I had more energy. My skin cleared up, all these things that I wasn't expecting. And then 6 weeks later, I found out I was pregnant. So I was super pumped about that, obviously. And I thought, and I'll tell you right now, I don't claim it's what got me pregnant, but I am a firm believer that cleaning up my system, restarting my body gave me the most optimal opportunity to be able to have a healthy, happy baby. And if you can see my background, this is now my real world. That was my son 2.5 years ago, and I now have a 9-month-old to add to the bunch. So back rewind again, my husband and I was about 8.5 months pregnant with my son, and my husband and I are out for a walk. He says, hey, did you ever look at that business stuff that lady gave you about Arbonne? And I started laughing, and I was like, no. And at first I sort of was like, why is he asking this? And he goes, well, Hey, I actually did, and it's really smart, and I'm blown away. I should tell you that I married Captain Traditional. You go to work for 40 years, you retire, you die. That is the existence of life. We don't think out of the box. We don't do anything. We do, he's a rule follower. So I'm shocked that he's bringing this up, and I'm even more shocked that he said he looked it over. And I said, you know what, honey, I don't think those things actually work. I don't know anybody who's done it. I'm not interested in being a lipstick lady. And he goes, yeah, I don't think that's what this is. And I'm just blown away. And he goes, I've been thinking about it. And what if you call that lady up, ask her to show you how to do this business when you're on your maternity leave, and then we'll make it a goal at the end of the year, you won't go back to your office. And I'm like, what? Like, my whole goal had always been, I want to be a businesswoman, but I want to be a mom. And I had no idea what that was going to look like. So I got a little excited when he said that. I was like, really, if you're, he goes, I think you could make a whole lot more money than you make now doing this, being mom like you want to be, but also satisfying that, that entrepreneurial businesswoman spirit that you have. And I'm just like, I'm blown away. So everything happens for a reason, because 2 days later, I was transitioned out of my job at my corporate advertising office. And ironically enough, the severance package that they gave me paid me through the end of the year, which is exactly what we had agreed upon to give me the opportunity for the business. So you better believe I called that lady up, and that lady up, ironically, happens to be Charissa's mother-in-law. So I'll tell you too, this is the beauty of this business. I am in Michigan. Charissa is in Tennessee. We have physically met once in our life, and we are really, really close friends. We probably talk every day, multiple times a day. So aside from this business, which we're now going to go in and tell you, Charissa's going to share her story, being a wonderful opportunity. It brings people into your life, and the most amazing people into your life that support you, encourage you, become lifelong friends. So basically, after my son was born and all of that, I didn't look back. I just went into Arbonne, and here we are. So we are sharing this opportunity with you, and Charissa's story is a little different, and she's going to share hers with you. Oh, Charissa, you're actually muted, girl.
I forgot I muted, because just as I'm starting this, of course, the mailman comes and has a certified mail that I need to sign. So, so you'll hear a dog and a small child in the background. But this is our life, and this is, this is how we do our business. Like Erinn said, I'm a district manager, independent consultant with Arbonne, and I do live in Nashville. I do have 4 kids, ages 10, 5, 3, and 18 months. How I got introduced to Arbonne was 10 years ago. I was doing the math earlier, and it was 10 years ago that I was first introduced from a girl that I worked. I only had, I think Aiden was like 1, and I was working a promotion company because it was at nights, and I was staying home with him, and I would work at nights and do promotion company. And this girl asked me to go to coffee with her. So I went, and her friend introduced me to Arbonne. Then I went to a presentation at one of the girls' house, and I was sold because I can make my own schedule. I can stay at home, and I love the products. I was sold on all that they stood for. And mind you, back then they didn't have the nutrition. It was just the RE9 and the baby line and the men's and some other stuff, but they didn't have the nutrition then. And so I did that, and then I clearly was not passionate about it because I did not continue with it. And I got a couple people to sign up, but it wasn't really anything very serious. And so it just clearly wasn't my time. And so fast forward to 2010, and I met my husband, and it just so happened that his mom is an RVP with Arbonne. And that's what Erinn said, is that's how I met her. Kathy Ray is her name, and she actually sent me a message.
He's just referring to this woman.
Yeah, this woman. Okay, ERVP Kathy Ray. She had texted me. She said, "You would really like this girl that I have on my team now." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And so, well, after at first, when we first met, it was about a year. And then finally I decided to do the business. And this was in Arizona, where I'm originally from. And I hopped on right away. I promoted to district manager. And then again, it just clearly wasn't my time, and I just was not all in. So I lost my DM. I went to a consultant. I actually lost my consultant, I think. And then fast forward, we moved to Nashville, Tennessee, and that's currently where we live now. And when we moved here, I was like, oh, I need to meet people. I know how to do that. I can do Arbonne now because I'm going to meet people and all this stuff. So I jumped in again, and I went to GTC in 2014. I promoted to district manager again, but clearly it was not my time yet. And so I lost my DM again. I stayed a consultant, and mind you, all that time I was still using the products, and the nutrition had been introduced. And that's where I really started falling in love more with Arbonne, because of the nutrition, because I am an athlete and just a sports person. And so the nutrition was right up my alley. And when they came out with PhytoSport, I live and breathe the nutrition. I use it every day. I used it for my workout. So I'm continuing to using the products. And then about in May, I just had this pivotal moment in my life where I'm like, okay, what do I want to do with my life? My degree is music education, and clearly having 4 kids, so I've added some kids along the way. So now we have 4. And so I was like, if I go to teaching, there's no way I could. Hi.
That's number 4.
That's number 4. She's staying at home. The other ones are in school. She's 18 months, so you might hear her, but this is real life. So I said, where can I find somewhere where I can stay at home, be at home with my kids when they get off the bus, drop them off in the morning, be present at night, and help them with homework and everything like that, and but do something for myself. And because I've always been an independent person, and so hi.
Addie is just really excited, everybody. She wants you to listen up.
She wants you to listen to me because she knows. She's supposed to be taking a nap right now. That's not happening. So I had a pivotal moment. And in the past 2 years, I've done a really big spiritual journey, personal growth thing. And that's really changed me. And I've become the person that I'm meant to be. And don't get me wrong, I still love music, and music is my passion. So why on earth would I go with Arbonne? Because when I looked at it, it's something that could give me financial freedom if I worked really hard, and I could make my own schedule and stay home with my kids and be a present mom. And so I just got on my knees and I prayed, and I was like, okay. And so in May 2016, I decided to jump all in again. So I just, I'm trying to think of in October 2016, I promoted to district manager for the 3rd time. And so, but 3rd time's a charm. And this time though, I am a completely different person than when I started out 10 years ago. And I am all in. And it is really showing in my business now that my belief is strong, and I believe in myself. And it's just an amazing thing. And so I get to stay home with my kids now. I get to be home when Aiden gets off the bus. And it's just, right now I'm doing some little small sacrifices right now, so that I can build my Arbonne business. But in the long run, I'm always looking in the future. So I'm sacrificing a small amount of time right now to be able to spend years and years of, time with my kids and all this stuff as I see in the future. And I'm a dreamer. I have so many things that I just dream about that I can do. And usually the reason that they can't come to life is because of finance and time. And so I saw Arbonne as that vehicle. And so I'm going to get in really quick on what Arbonne is and just the history of it. And then it's going to be short. And then Erinn's going to tell you a little about network marketing and just why this is a brilliant business opportunity. I'm going to ask you 5 questions really quick that I want you to think about as I'm going through everything and as Erinn's talking. What if you had an extra $1,000 or more a month? What would that do for your family? What would that do for you? What if you were your own boss? If you didn't have to clock in, clock out, you made your schedule. What if you could improve your health? What if you could help others change their lives? And the last one, if you keep doing what you're doing, where will you be in 5 years? And that was a big one that I had to ask myself back in May. Is like, if I keep doing what I'm doing, will I be making my dreams come true? Will I be doing what I love to do? And so that's a big one. If you keep doing what you're doing right now, where will you be in 5 years? And so a little brief history of Arbonne. We just celebrated our 37th year birthday, and it started from our amazing founder, Peter Mork. He is not with us anymore, but he was such a visionary, and he was a dreamer, and he just believed that he could make a company with pure products and also something to where he was really passionate about helping women find something that they can do alongside, you know, having a family and life. And so we have cutting edge research and development. We have a Swiss heritage. About 1 to 3% our brand is like people know about us, but that is why this is such a great opportunity, because we still are at the ground floor opportunity. And I know, and that's kind of what you want to look for when you're looking for a business. How long have they been able to stand the test of time, like when the economy crashed and all this stuff. So we are global. We started in the US, and now we're in Canada, UK, Australia, Poland, New Zealand, and now we are in Taiwan. So I am excited about the Asian market. And they're planning to expand. But the reason that they're doing it so slow, well, not slow, but they're doing it smart, I like to say, because they aren't just jumping and getting and just exploding. Like, they're doing it the right way. And so our products are botanically based, no mineral oil, no artificial sugars or sweeteners in any of our nutrition. We're gluten-free, non-GMO, kosher, vegan certified. And that's what I love about if you never heard about the healthy living, you should find out more about that, because that line is hands down the cleanest and best nutrition products that I've ever seen, being in the fitness world, and to taste awesome. Also, we don't do no animal byproducts. We don't test on animals, which is huge, especially with makeup and skincare. What you put on, you absorb in your skin. It takes 26 seconds for what you put on your skin to absorb into your body. So it's like, what are you putting on your skin? And we don't have any fragrances. Everything is plant-based in the purest form that we can get it in. We have over 400 products. Like I said, the nutrition, baby, hair, cosmetics, the list goes on at what we have. And they're amazing products, and I love all of them. My house has been Arbonized, and so and the cool thing is that we do have a 45 money back guarantee. So if you are not happy with something, we do have the 45 money back guarantee. But that is just a little bit of how amazing Arbonne's products and the history and everything. And there's more research that you can do on it, but that's just a little glimpse of what it's all about. And so I'm going to turn it over to Erinn to tell you about the business opportunity.
Yeah. So guys, I just want to tell you that if you had somebody ask you to watch this video, know that they think a lot of you. This is an incredible opportunity. And I'll tell you, it's not for everybody. We'll be upfront and honest about that, but it is an opportunity for everybody. And I know for me, it's my thought of, I had mentioned before, I'd never known anybody that was successful doing anything like this. And I'll tell you why. Everybody that I experienced did this as a hobby is the best way to say it. And you guys, for Arbonne to be truly what it's meant to be for you, this is a business that you can completely work part-time, totally part-time hours. I mean, Charissa and I are full-time moms. We have very, very busy households with schedules to manage. So this is totally a job we do part-time. We just don't do it sometimes. Consistency is very key in a business like this. So we look at it now as what is something little that we can do every day to further along our business. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the network marketing industry. Now, being a person who is incredibly passionate about the industry in general, I have a bunch of friends now that are in network marketing businesses, different network marketing businesses. I have a sister-in-law that's in a jewelry business and another friend that's in a makeup business, and they're awesome. I am so passionate about the industry because it affords us such an opportunity. And you guys, our economy is changing. There is no longer this traditional, my father has been at the same automotive company for almost 40 years. That doesn't happen anymore. You know, that my dad is one of the last of a, expiring breed. I mean, they just don't make it like that anymore. People jump around, people get laid off, you get fired, you guys. And do you have a plan B? What is your plan B? It happened to me. And I am so grateful that Arbonne wasn't initially my plan B, but it had been presented to me. So I'm going to explain to you a little bit about network marketing and what that looks like. So we're all pretty familiar with how traditional retail works. You have your manufacturer, your wholesaler, your warehouse, your sales force, your retailer, and then that product gets to you. I always laugh because I came out of my degrees in communications and I worked in marketing. And one of the major buckets in there that we leave out is advertising. And advertising is a truckload of money. So I want you to think about if you went to the mall and bought a product, went to the counter, bought a product, you might only be getting about $2 or $3 worth of actual product in that bottle that you maybe have paid $35 for. And that's simply because everything in there has to be, paid for. And then you have also, they're trying to mass produce, so they're maybe not looking at the quality of the ingredients. With network marketing and Arbonne specifically, we have it go from the manufacturer to an Arbonne independent consultant like myself and Charissa. And when I say it comes to us, we don't handle anything physically. Our business is virtual. Charissa and I do a lot of business together. She's in a different state. We're in different time zones. My business has expanded globally. I have teammates in Canada. What's wonderful about this is everything is a virtual storefront. So the lovely little man in that brown outfit brings you your products between 5 and 7 business days, and you did everything online. I love to relate it to people like this. Think of it like Amazon Prime. How many of us do so much of our shopping online now? I will tell you, I can probably count on one hand how many times I went to the mall last year, and the majority of that was probably in December because I just couldn't order it in time anymore. I have an Amazon Prime account because why? It's a whole lot easier for me to order diapers and have it at my door in a couple of days than it is for me to load everybody up, make sure we have snacks, make sure we have diapers, make sure we have a change of clothes, all of that stuff. Boom, it's there. We want that convenience. So that is the wonder of Arbonne. So what happens with all that money that we save in between? Arbonne puts it back into 2 places. The research and development of wonderful products, the ingredients that are just top notch, and then to the independent consultant. And I will say that Arbonne is an incredibly, incredibly generous company when it comes to our compensation, and I'll talk about that in a minute. You have some of the country's finest business leaders heavily endorsing network marketing, Warren Buffett being one of them. He actually owns, I think it's like 4 or 5 network marketing companies right now. I don't know if many people would argue with Warren Buffett on, business practices, seeing as how he's a pretty well-off man from his business adventures. So, but why Arbonne? Why Arbonne over any other company? I'll give you, aside from it just being such amazing products, the quality of our ingredients, Arbonne satisfies 4 key factors of success. The first being it's a consumable product. You're going to run out. You wash your teeth, you brush your hair, or you brush your teeth, you wash your face, or at least I hope you do. You wear deodorant, you do all these things, you run out of those products. You're going to want them again. The second is marketplace demand. So the 2 fastest growing industries right now are health and wellness and network marketing. Lovely enough, Arbonne happens to follow in both of those markets. The health and wellness industry is actually on a $3 trillion tipping point right now. Why? Because for the first time in history, we have 4 generations currently working. So the baby boomers are working with millennials, and it's an interesting concept because baby boomers, they want to look young, they want to feel younger, they want to have more energy. Why? Because they're keeping up with millennials now. People, I almost said kids, thinking, 20-somethings are not kids, I promise. I just turned 34, so now apparently I'm old. But, 23-year-olds, they want to YOLO, they want to live life, they want to, go on adventure. And the number one generation that's driving network marketing is the millennial generation, because they don't want bosses. They watch their parents go through layoffs, go through job transitions. They're going, that's not what I want. So the network marketing industry is just booming because of it. Timing and trends is the third, obviously, with the way that the industry is growing. But not only that, again, I make mention of the fact of what our economy looks like right now. It's very, very changing. And when you can have a business that you can do alongside what you're currently doing, Charissa and I are moms right now. But we have doctors, we have lawyers, we have engineers, we have, makeup artists, whatever it is. We have so many different kinds of people in this industry that are doing Arbonne alongside what they're currently doing. And they're making 6-figure incomes on top of their full-time jobs. So that's where I'm going to go right into our compensation. Arbonne makes it very simple. I don't know if you've ever looked at network marketing companies' compensation plans before. I have looked at a few. I find them incredibly confusing. But Arbonne only has 4 levels of management, and for me, the simpler you keep it, the better I understand it. So everyone starts off and is always an independent consultant with Arbonne. You pay $79, you get your Arbonne Independent Consultant ID, you get a website, and you are off and running. That $79 gives you the right to be able to sell Arbonne products. Not many places you can go and start a business for $79. Our first level of management is a district manager, and the average district manager makes anywhere from $250 to $1,000 a month. And this is huge. Again, I want to really stress this is working between 10 to 20 hours a week. It's, again, dependent on your schedule and being consistent. You're working your business around your life instead of the other way around now. That's a nice little chunk of change for, maybe cutting out some TV time. The second level is an area manager, and the average area manager makes anywhere from $1,000 to $4,000 a month. And most people, when they get to the area manager level, this is where it starts going, wait, I'm making pretty good money here. I know for me, it's been nice to be an area manager, for that paycheck. It's really nice, and going, okay, I'm doing something that I really love. I'm being mom. I get to be home with my kids. Like Charissa says, I get to be present. But I am building a international, global internet business. And so the one really unique thing about the area manager level, is this is where your business becomes willable. So God forbid anything were to happen to you, your business can be left to whomever you deem. I will be able to leave my my business to my kids, and they can sit back and collect those residual income checks, or they can continue to grow the business. So what an awesome legacy to be able to leave. There are not many companies out there, in fact, I don't know of any, that are going to continue to pay you after you die. So that's pretty awesome. Arbonne's third level of management is regional vice president, and the average regional vice president makes anywhere from $4,000 to $8,000 a month. And on top of that, this is the level that Arbonne gives you the keys to a white Mercedes and $800 a month to maintain that white Mercedes. It can be any Mercedes of your choice. It just has to be white. I will tell you, I've designed mine many times because I will be getting mine this year. So I'm pretty pumped about that. 2017 is going to be a fun year for my family and I. But think about that, guys. $8,000 a month. For some people, that's more than they're making in their current full-time careers. A friend of mine just promoted to regional vice president, and she's a full-time school teacher with 3 daughters. And she has done this business alongside of her very, very busy teaching career and 3 daughters. And what a lovely little, not even little, what a lovely income to make. That's a school teacher. We have another girl that just turned 21. Her name's Peyton Mott. She's an executive regional vice president making 6 figures, and she's still in school. Guys, think about that. Just rewind yourself to college real quick. If you're in college right now, what would a 6-figure income look like in your world? Working part-time, designing your life around your life, what you want to do. Can you imagine helping other people and using products that you already love? This is incredible. I mean, I can't wait. And then her top level is national vice president. The average national vice president, get ready for this, the average makes $22,000 a month. Arbonne gives you $1,000 on top of that to maintain your white Mercedes. And this is the other unique thing about Arbonne. They do not cap what you can make. So there are national vice presidents out there making way more than $22,000 a month. That's just the average. But how cool is that? What a unique business that Arbonne is not competitive within itself. Charissa and I don't benefit each other in any way whatsoever. We happen to be on the same team, but we're in different legs. So I don't benefit her, she doesn't benefit me, but we, as far as our business numbers, but we do so much together to help each other grow. And that's the beauty of this business, is that everybody is so willing to help you, encourage you. Everybody wants you to succeed. So there's many other things on top of it, jewelry, travel. I mean, you get recognized. You guys, I just had my birthday on Tuesday, and I had a bouquet of flowers delivered to my house because of Arbonne. You know, how cool is that? How many offices do you walk into where your boss bought you flowers? And you know, you don't really have a boss, but how nice is that? So you can decide how Arbonne works in your world. Do you just want to be a client? Because these products are awesome, you guys. You will never regret using quality nutrition, skincare, cosmetics. Charissa and I both, obviously, we have young ones. My 2-year-old thinks his protein is chocolate milk. It's wonderful. He loves it. He has to have his chocolate milk every day. You can become a preferred client. A preferred client saves 20 to 40% off every single time they shop. The majority of us never let anybody shop as just a client. We always want you to be a preferred client so that you can shop at a discount. It's like shopping Target prices once you're a preferred client. Like, who doesn't love Target? Target. So 20 to 40% off every time you shop, or you can become a consultant. You can enjoy a 35 to 50% discount off of all of your purchases, commissions, overrides, all of this. Choose a business, you guys. You will be in business for yourself, but you will never be by yourself. You will have support, encouragement all along the way. And it's so exciting just to bring people with you. So it's you decide whatever it is that you want to be. You know, we're passionate about sharing this business now because it is an opportunity that everyone needs to hear about, and make the decision for themselves. You know, for some people it might be not right now, you know, it might not look like that for me. It was for me. That was me. I was like, no, I'm good. Honestly, you guys, I thought I was better than that. I will tell you 100% completely honest, I had to swallow some pride. And now I go, shoot, I'm going to make a lot of money doing this. You know, the money is going to be sidebar because I'm going to get to do so much more for others with this than I ever would have been able to do in a corporate job, working 60 plus hours a week. And some people might say, but I love my job. And that is wonderful. Keep loving your job and build an Arbonne business alongside of it to be able to have that freedom, to be able to have that income. You know, think of, there's a lot of financial advisors that would tell you right now, it's good to have multiple markets. It's good to have things, you know, income coming in from multiple places. Multiple streams of income is never a bad thing. So I just want to thank you guys so much for joining us. Charissa, is there anything that you want to share before we sign off?
No, I mean, we're both in this and that's what I love about this company is that, like Erinn said, we've only met once, but we talk all the time and we've seen each other. She's seen me go district and then lose it and completely write off Arbonne and then and then I came back.
Yeah.
And I mean, everybody's journey is different. Nobody's journey, but it's your own, and you get to become the person that you're meant to be. And that's what I love, is that I've grown into the person that I am meant to be, and I get to do things that I never thought I could do in life, and I get to show people how to do that. And that's the beauty of it, is when you start seeing, I've started building my team now, and I have some business builders, and that's the beauty of it, is sharing it and watching other people grow. And the personal growth that you get with this company, it's a personal growth company disguised as a skincare company. But I didn't believe that at first. And I'm like, yeah, right, whatever. And now it's like, I'm sold. Like, this is the best thing to ever happen to me. But I think that when change is hard, and I know it is, and change is always, you know, not fun, and you think you're going to live a certain way, but then it changes. So
yeah, don't be afraid to dive in, guys. I think Charissa froze up for a second, but we are so excited to share this opportunity with you. Thank you so much. Get back to the person who shared this video with you. If it was one of us, let's chat some more. Let's get you going. Let's get you started in Arbonne. We love this. We wish you all the best and have a wonderful day. Thank you.